Hi, welcome to Zoo to You with Zoo Boise. My name's Tierney and I'm an educator at the zoo. Today's Zoo to You features backyard biology. Our backyards are full of different types of habitats. So I invite you to go ahead and put on your scientist hats and come explore the different types of habitats we can find in your very own backyard. Before we decide where we're going to look for habitats, we need to define what a habitat is. At the zoo, we say a habitat is an area that gives an animal all of the things it needs to survive. This sounds like a lot, but it really comes down to four basic things. They need food to eat, water to drink, shelter to protect them, and also space to move. So habitats might look a little bit different for different types of animals. If you think about a fish, they're going to live in water, so all of their food, their shelter, and their space needs to be in that water. For a cheetah, their space is going to look a little bit different. They're a much bigger animal and a lot of space to move around and run. Now, when we're looking for habitats, we want to keep those four basic things in mind. And once again, those are food, water, shelter, and space. To help you remember, we put together a little dance. Go ahead and stand up and dance it out with me. We have food with your hands here by your stomach, water with your hands up here by your mouth, shelter with your hands up here above your head, and space with your fingers out here like this. I encourage you to stand up, go ahead and grab someone in your home and dance it out with me. Got food, water, shelter, and space. And food, water, shelter, and space. We're gonna get faster now and mix it up. Food, shelter, space, water, food, shelter, space. Keep going, it's fun. Now that we're all warmed up and our brain juices are flowing, let's think about the different types of animals we might find in backyards in Idaho. We have lots of different habitats to offer, which means we have lots of different animals we could potentially find. Our backyards provide habitats to a lot of different animals. If you live in the city with some grass and trees around you, you may find mammals like squirrels, birds like robins or doves, or arthropods like ladybugs, slugs, or even spiders. If you live near the foothills or the mountains, you may be used to seeing even bigger animals in your backyard. You may see some deer, foxes, or even some snakes. Now that we've talked about it, let's go ahead and put it into practice. Come on, biologists, follow me. We are here at the Hyatt Hidden Lakes Reserve, and we're gonna see how many different animals we can find and the variety of habitats we can find in this area. When scientists want to discover how many animals live in a certain habitat, they may go out in the field and do what's called a survey to collect data or information on the animals they find. Sometimes they will get a group of people together, including other scientists or citizens like you, and see how many animals they can find and identify in a certain amount of time. A field guide can help them identify the animals they see and hear and other parts of the habitat as well, including plants. You can do a survey of wildlife in your own backyard. Let's try it here and see what we can find. I'm going to look in a couple different places. First, I'm going to start looking in the grass and dirt for some of the crawlies like insects, spiders, and worms. I'm not expecting to find any birds or squirrels in the dirt and grass since they're bigger animals and they need a different kind of habitat. As a biologist, you may find an animal that's really interesting to you. You can study it some more and find out what it does during the day. By studying the animal, you can learn more about it and the way it uses its habitat. To complete the study, you can use what's known as an ethogram. You can find one in the link. This helps you study and keep track of the behaviors of a specific animal. You pick 3 or 4 behaviors to look for, and then watch that animal and mark down as it does certain behaviors. For example, you may pick the behaviors eating, running, sleeping, or staying still. You can set a stopwatch for a couple of minutes and mark down as many behaviors as you see in that time. Or you can count to 20, and every time you get to 20, mark down what that animal is doing, even if it's the same thing as last time. He spends all of his time running around. That might mean he has a lot of room in his habitat. If he spends a lot of time eating, that might mean his habitat has the right kind of food that he needs. Think of the times that you've seen animals in your backyard before. Were you nearby? Were you far away? Was it really noisy outside or was it quiet? Just like we're doing with people right now, we want to be practicing social distancing with animals as well. As backyard biologists, we want to make sure that we're respecting the animals in their habitat. This means that we use our quiet voices, we use walking feet, and we're always making sure to stay on the pathway so as not to disrupt their natural habitat. I encourage you to get out in your own backyard or even go on a social distance walk and see how many animals you can find. Just remember, all animals, even people, need the same 4 basic things. We need that food, water, shelter, and space. If you want, you can dance it out with me one more time. Food, water, shelter, and space. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and don't forget to post in the comments what kind of animals you were able to find. Bye!